Hope everyone's having a great week so far. It's Thursday, and just wanted to provide a life update as well as just a channel update. So, if you're new to the channel, I've been on YouTube a shade under 3 months. In about 5 more days, it'll be 3 months. I set a lofty goal initially to reach 500 subscribers within a 2 month span and possibly get to 1,000 subscribers within 3 to 4 months. Currently, I'm at 695 subscribers, so I'm almost at 700 subscribers so far. But my biggest opportunity is watch time. So I think I'm at 204 hours of watch time. I am struggling sometimes with just titles for my material. Have a lot of material like content that I've been capturing over the last few months and years, and I believe if I were to come up with better titles, I'll be far along than I am right now. But it's all good. My life update. So, as you may know, I stated earlier in the year that with the new chapter in life, I wanted to just pursue a role with the federal government. So since January this year, I've been applying to federal government jobs. I've interviewed for several since I lost my last job in May. And I had a couple offers so far. Well, a few offers within the last 3 months. Um, a couple final offers and a few tentative offers. So I'm still waiting for a few final offers with the federal government, but I'm remaining positive. My move out date for my apartment was actually on Sunday, so I was able to all last week. I took the time to pack up my apartment, get a rental unit, get a U-Haul, and just made. I believe I made about 15 trips from my apartment to the storage unit just to make sure that I got everything there. I noticed that on Monday that I didn't pack my unit the way I needed to park. I mean to pack it. So going there on last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, um, I started out with the unit being organized, and then pretty much started just throwing things inside the unit. So when I turned in my keys and my fob to the apartment complex, went back and I went back and just did. I went back and just unpacked my unit and reorganized it. My hairline's not bad. Needed I taped up my facial hair earlier this morning and gave me a tape. The angle looks bad, but my hairline's not bad. It's not life support. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did. After I got everything loaded to my U-Haul and packed the unit, and then Monday unpacked the unit and reorganized it. I had a way more space in my unit, so I was able to get everything there pretty easily from there. If you just joined the live, I'm Byron. My channel is Traveling with Promise. Just giving a quick life update. So regarding YouTube, I'm at 695 subscribers. I've been on YouTube a little under 3 months, and I love capturing nature, chasing waterfalls, traveling, Fortnite games during the season. So I've been uploading a lot of content since I've had the channel. My biggest opportunity now is just watch hours. I've uploaded countless material over the last couple months. I'm getting a lot of impressions and click through rates on my content. But my watch hours, I'm only at 204 hours. So if you visited my channel, thank you for visiting my channel. Um, if you're on my live, thanks for joining my live. I'm definitely just sitting here trying to make sure that I'm remaining positive at all times. At the moment, I am at a hotel because I'm just awaiting my final offer for the government, federal government roles that I've applied to. So I got a question in the chat. What's my channel about? So on my channel, I cover a lot of niches. I hike throughout the year. I love chasing waterfalls. I love traveling. And during the football season, I'm a season ticket holder for the Niners. So I go to all the home games, but I also go to the road games. So on my channel, you'll see hiking, you'll see a lot of river, lakes, and streams, you'll see waterfalls, you'll see any sightseeing adventures that I've had so far, whether it's been in Brazil, Maldives, Bora Bora, Bahamas. I've been to several countries and have taken a lot of pictures there. And during the football season, I upload a lot of content for the Niners. So you see a lot of touchdown videos or me just celebrating in the crowds, whether it's at a home game or at a road game. I'm a 49er faithful through and through. But I one thing I want to bring up on this live is definitely just in life, just remain positive. I will say 2024 has not been the greatest year of my life. I lost my job that I had for about 3 years right after New Year's, and it took me about 2.5 months to find a new one. I found that new job and near the end of February, and that job didn't pan out either. I lost that job in May, and just coming from someone who's never lost any jobs. I was in the military for 8 years. Anyone that I've ever worked with the last 20 years will vouch for my work performances, my leadership skills, and everything. So it was definitely tough being someone who's always been reliable, met deadlines, and etc. And to lose two jobs within a 4 month span was crazy when I've worked for over 20 years in other jobs and never had anything negative happen to me. Never been written up, never broke any rules at work or anything. So I'm, I think that was just a sign to me just that I wasn't in the right career or in the sector. So I decided to pursue a job in the federal government. So I've applied to several roles with the federal government, whether it's been TSA, VA, I think U.S. Marshals, National Park Service. So it's about 100 plus agencies that the federal government has. So my background pretty much has been being in management, analyst, HR, computer stuff. So updated my resume in January. I've had a lot of countless interviews with the federal government. But the biggest thing that's hurt me was I've received probably about 15 offers so far, and because I lost two jobs this year, going through a security clearance or a secret clearance, that actually hurts you. The government deems that as a for you to be unfit for a government role, even though you may be fully qualified, a military vet. It don't matter. With the federal government, it pretty much that to me gives you it kind of makes you feel as though you're someone who actually had a misdemeanor or a felony on your record. Is pretty much the equivalent that I can think losing a job is with the federal government. Because when I got my latest denial, like I got an offer from TSA for a supervisor HR role, which was my dream job. You know, that's I've always wanted to be in HR, and I interviewed well. I felt great about it, and when I got that offer 2 weeks after the interview for for the role, I was just elated. It was in California, which would have made it very easier for me because me being a Niner fan, that would have really helped out during the season. I wouldn't have to fly as often as I do during the season. I could literally take a short flight from San Diego to San Jose for home games, which would have been maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and then just worry about just flying to road games. But I've been positive throughout this throughout the year. I wear a smile throughout because I know that my story when I tell it to someone, is gonna be it's gonna help them through their situation. I think in life, as you go through things, things that you go through may be for the next person, and anything that you've done in life, look at it as a lesson learned. I'm not gonna say that I've been perfect, but I've lived the best life that I can. I've always done things the right way. Always been a personable. Never burnt bridges with anyone that I've met. It's been a situation in which anyone I've met over the years or worked with, I consider them family. And I've been always someone who will give my last to make sure that people got what they needed, whether I had to go above and beyond to make sure they got it or did. Being someone who cares about people, being someone that listens to people, whether I've been in leadership roles or just people at the same level as me, just giving someone your ear definitely gives people that ability to know that, hey, you know what, I may have stuff going on, but thank you for listening. I've had countless situations in which people were down on their last dime or just was not feeling good, and me walking up to them, asking them how they're doing, or wearing a smile made their day. I've had a couple people that cover my workers at when I was working in distribution center operations. A couple were on the board. A couple of people was on the verge of suicide, and because I used to go and talk to them multiple times throughout each day, as I did everyone, they had a new lease on life. They felt like they had a reason to live. Abdullah, thanks for joining the live. Catch me on the next one. I appreciate you on the chat. But it's in life. Life can be funny. You can have your ups and downs, but I will say this: don't give up. Don't throw in a towel. Don't be the person that lets the situation dictate the results. That's why I like hiking. When I get chance to go on a trail, it gives me the ability just to be one with nature. When I go hiking, I'm looking at the scenery, and I know that, to your point, Adula, it is part of life. Me being 41 years old and pretty much had a life that I didn't have any pretty much obstacles or anything that stood in my way. Everything that I worked hard for, I got. Everything seemed to have been going in the right direction, but I do think having to face some adversity in life is actually good for everyone. And again, that can be the story that you can tell someone to get them through their hard times, because it is part of life. Life is I look at life as going on a hiking trail. When you're going hiking, you're going to see a lot of obstacles that may be in your way. You may see rocks, you may see hills, you may see uphills and downhills, but you definitely got to get through everything there. And to your point, Abdullah, having the right mindset is definitely key, especially someone who's as a military vet that been to combat 3 times. I've lost a lot of friends to PTSD after deployments over the last few years. I served from 2001 to 2009, and I was part of Operation Enduring Freedom in 2002. And then in 2003, I was part of the Iraqi Operation Iraqi Freedom. So the units that went in and took over Baghdad in 2003, I was actually part of those units. We went through Baghdad and seen a lot of crazy stuff. Even when we went back in 2005, we saw a lot of crazy stuff. So having the right mentality in life is very, very key. Being a military vet with PTSD, I can truly tell anyone that it's when moments like that happen, like this happens in your life, you tend to want to throw in a towel. Um, but it's definitely stuff you gotta look at. Abdullah, can I tell you what happened? If you give me some more context of your question, I can tell you anything you want to know about any situation there. But yeah, I actually my last friend that I served with in 2017 committed suicide. He was a loner when we was in the military, so me and a couple of my buddies made sure that we oh, in the military. So military life to me wasn't too bad. The biggest thing was when I joined in 2001. So I graduated high school in May 2001 in South Carolina, and I went in the military as part of the delayed entry program with one of my classmates in late August. So we started basic training on September 7th. But as you know what took place in 2001 in September. September 11th was our fourth day of basic training. So a lot of our drill sergeants got pulled off the trail and got sent to their old units, and they got deployed to uh, to theater. So whether it was Iraq or different other countries, they got deployed. So and a lot of people quit doing basic training too within that span of time. I believe it was about 20 or 30 people um, quit the army within a couple of days of September 11th. But I persevered. I got through basic training. Went through AIT, which was across the street while I was at Fort Sill, because I had a computer system specialist role in the field artillery side. Um, right after that, I I got deployed to when I got to my unit in February 2002. Um, Within 3 months, I got deployed to Kuwait. So Abdullah, I definitely when going through what took place over there. So me being over there in 2002, 2003, and 2005. It was the that was the thing that a lot of people wanted to say that people were blaming certain nationalities for things that was happening over there. Um, it's a situation how I look at people in life. We should never judge people on what we should never judge a book by its color. You can't assume that a nationality is the cause of a lot of things. What we found out over there was a lot of the roadside bombs we were hit with in 2002, 2003, and 2005 were not of Arab people. It was actually people that lived outside of that country. They came in and just started setting up roadside bombs and stuff. So a lot of ethnicities and religious groups in foreign countries don't like each other. So because they don't like each other, then they would just go at each other throughout the year. Um, I saw a lot of the biggest things I saw over there happen during Ramadan, because during Ramadan, any all Muslims can't really eat or do anything until sundown. So a lot of the neighboring countries used to come into Iraq in the middle of the night and attack um, certain places because they knew that the Muslim population didn't eat throughout the day. So oftentimes, spiritually, and just anyone as a whole, I know that it takes a lot of mental stability to be able to get through a whole day without eating. And then to think that you went all day without eating, and then people coming into your country in the middle of the night, shooting RPGs and bombing up the area because of a disagreement between ethnicity groups or religious groups. I didn't like that. Um, I knew that we was over there to help, and I believe doing my 3 deployments over there, we were able to do a lot of good things over there. We didn't find any weapons of mass destruction, as the president at that time stated that it would have been. But we was able to. We was able to. I think we put about $5 million into the area, so we was able to help with electricity. We was able to help with the irrigation system, so they could have fresh water. We was able to set up polling sites for the inhabitants of the country, so they could go in and actually vote for the people that they wanted in government. And at the end of the day, I love that we was able to provide that to Iraq. They was able to vote for who they wanted, and when we was able to come in there and get rid of the regime that was over it initially, and gave the people the chance to vote for whoever they want in their government. That was a game changer for them. So I enjoyed my time in the military. Again, I ended up doing 3 combat tours, and I got stop lost. So I initially signed up for 4 years on active duty. Anyone who signs up for active duty, you're actually signed up for 8 years. But that's what they don't tell you. So if you sign up for 3 years, then they can call you back within 5 years. If you sign up for four, they can call you back within 4 years. And if you have a job that's my job required a secret clearance because I was in the field artillery field, but as a computer system specialist, we had a lot of technology inside of our vehicle that if anyone ever got hold of it, it could cause a lot of command posts from any branch of service to be in a situation in which they can be attacked. So it's moments like that you just appreciate things. I know in 2002 we were just living in tents in the desert. It was about 130, 140 degrees, dry heat. Between the sandstorms and hand washing our clothes and hanging up on 550 cord, or it was so hot that you could cook a bowl of ramen noodles on a sandbag and it was ready to go in 5 minutes. So I definitely look at that. And I definitely take pride in how I was raised as well, Adula. I've been a person who had both my parents coming up. The household was good. My mother was very very supportive. My dad worked and took care of the family. Although they got divorced a couple years after my sister graduated high school, I will say having a family that was together, and having that having that stability does help. One thing my dad taught me that I always took pride in was he always said that manners would take you further than money. And although I don't, my dad and I are not on good terms because I never liked what happened with, I never liked that my dad and my mom divorced years ago. But it's just a situation in which I always kept that in the back of my mind because it's all about respect, and just treating everyone right. That's one thing that I've always took pride in my life. I always treat everyone fairly. Never played favorites with anyone. I treat everyone using it. the golden rule, treating people the way you want to be treated. But I always went above and beyond that. Um, you should always live by that golden rule, but you also should also be able to care, listen, and support individuals if they may need help. You can say a lot of things, but actions always speak louder than words as it relates to life as a whole. Um, and all right, Abdullah, thanks again for joining my live. I really appreciate your feedback on this live. But that's how I am. I'm someone that, again, 2024. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, this is probably me being 41 years old. Definitely the worst year of my life, um, hands down. But I'm very, very positive. I've always said too that things in life that happens will only make you stronger. I know losing the job in January and losing another job in May, it made me think about how am I going to pay my bills, or how am I do this, how am I do that. And I will say that even though I lost my job, I can say truly that everything still worked out the way it needed to work out. You know, I still had shelter over my head. I was still able to eat. A couple of my bills fell behind, but I was able to still maintain just being positive throughout the situation. So I got some good news today so far. As I stated, I've been applying for federal government jobs over the last couple of months. Um, I have two active tentative offers right now that I'm waiting for the final offer to come. Once that final offer comes, then I will be leaving Colorado and just going to that destination. So, pretty excited about those opportunities. But I also received a couple more invites to interviews between Tuesday and today. So, I have a few interviews scheduled for the next couple weeks. So, very excited about those roles. So, I know with me, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. So, even though I have 10 of offers on the table with federal government jobs, it could take months before you actually get the final offer. So, I figured that I'll just keep remaining positive. I'll keep applying to roles throughout each day, and then I figure if I apply for 100 jobs, then I'll probably get 10 interviews. At least it'll be 10%, or I may get 20%. So as long as I can continue to just apply for jobs, I know everything's going to work out. And usually when things in life happens negatively against you, that means that something good is going to come out of it. That's the mindset that I've had. You always want to put the best on the outside, and that's definitely what I'm going to do. So what I've been doing over the last couple of months is just maximizing hiking. Last year I didn't get a chance to hike as much as I usually do throughout each year. But when I lost my uh, recent job in May, I was like, going into June, I'm just going to go and hit every trail that I wanted to hit in Colorado. And that's what I did. I've been hiking at least 1 or 2 times each week. I've had fun. I've ran into wildlife on trails, whether it's been deer, moose, elk, and a field of and marmots there. I've seen a lot of great alpine lakes, and I've seen countless waterfalls. Waterfalls is my favorite thing to see on a trail. Usually, I will go and make a list each week of places I want to hit next. And of a list of 4 or 5 that has about 5 or 6 trails, I normally will pick one of those trails, or one of those destinations that has multiple trails. And if it has a waterfall on it, that's definitely where I go. Because with me, a waterfall does so much for me in my life. It gives me the ability just to be calm. It reassures me that things going to get better. What I like about waterfalls is that you see the flows of it, whether it's going back and forth, whether it's coming down from a mountainside. Um, you never know where it's going. And it's one of those things that you just anomalies that you like. Man, I wonder how far this waterfall goes. Does it go for miles? Seeing waterfalls from the top that go down. Sometimes it goes left, sometimes it goes right, and it's just amazing just seeing waterfalls in general because it's just a situation in which you're just happy to just see those waterfalls. And it's just to me, it gives me that sense of happiness because I may not be where I want to be right now in life, but the fact that I'm at this waterfall, I can sit back and just admire nature. And it's not too many things you can get better than just exploring nature. And oftentimes when I go places, I could just sit on a trail, and if I come across a couple waterfalls, I may just sit there. It's a it's a it's a Roosevelt National Forest. It's not too far from my hotel here, and I went there about a couple weeks ago. It was about 30 miles from my apartment, but I seen some of the best waterfalls there at the Hezi Trailhead. I took a side trail and seen two different waterfalls right there, and right at sunrise. So the waterfall, the first two waterfalls I went to had a glow to it. So you had the waterfall just flowing. It had multiple tiers to the waterfall, and then when the sun hit it, it was like it just had a natural glow to it. It was something that had me in awe. And then as I continued to hike on that trail, it was a multi-tier waterfall that was maybe a half a mile up, and it was different streams of waterfall. It was different streams of waterfalls along a. It looked like a mini mountain, but it was just a whole bunch of stones. But it had about 8 to 9 different waterfalls coming from it at different angles. Something I've never seen before, and it was just amazing. So I thought about going back there today, but I may go tomorrow because my checkout time. I check out of my hotel tomorrow, so I may go and I may camp out at either the National Forest or at Rocky Mountain for a couple days, just to go and hit some more trails up, and because and then just admire nature for a while, and I'll probably check back into another hotel either on Sunday or Monday. But this I hadn't been live in about a week or two because I was trying to get my apartment packed up and getting my stuff in storage. So I wanted to come on live today, just let you guys know that I am doing okay. I want everyone to know that I'm still positive. I feel great about life and what's on the horizon for me, and that I have officially moved out of my apartment and I have all my belongings in storage. So I'll be staying in hotels probably at least 3 to 4 times a week. I mean, 3 to 4 days a week, and then I'll probably camp at a national park or national forest and do some hiking for the other 2 days out of the week. But anyone that's joined my channel, or that's coming by my channel, I thank you so much for coming to my page, liking and commenting on my material. I also liked everyone who's subscribed to my channel so far. I really appreciate the support. If you wish to support my channel even more, I do have a Cash App. My Cash App for my channel is Living with a Purpose 20. It'll come up as BP. So if you do want to support my channel, I will gladly accept any donations that you may wish to give. Any donations that you give will go towards me upgrading my camera, and getting any more resources that I may need for hiking throughout the year. I have a sleeping bag. I have my hiking poles. I got a mosquito net for my head and my face. What I may look at getting next would be a Sony digital camera. I was looking at a Alpha either Alpha 6 or Alpha 7. So I'm looking at next. That way I won't have to rely on my phone for pictures and videos. But all in all, everyone, it's been a great week so far, and I hope that everyone that's on my live or attending this live is also having a great week so far. I'm also hoping that you're having a great 2024 so far. And I hope if anyone is on live, I hope everyone enjoyed the Olympics as well. I had a blast watching the Olympics. My favorite sport to this day has always been track and field. I'm very excited on how the track and field panned out in the Olympics. I'm glad that a couple of records were able to get broken. I will say I was very, very shocked that the men's 4x4 Olympic record was broken. Didn't think that the lineup that was there would have been able to get it done, but they got it done. I was happy that the women's 4x4 team broke the American record. I was happy that Signe McLaughlin broke the 400-meter record, hurdle record, and etc. So I would just say this in life, everyone, don't let a situation get you down. Remain positive. Try to maintain happiness throughout your life. Everything that happens in your life happens for a reason. I know in life, a lot of things that do happen would only make you stronger. It will get you through your tough times. And if you're someone who needs a good work-life balance, hiking is definitely a good way to do it. It gives you the ability just to take a trail, look at the sceneries, and just at during that time of the day or whatever, it gives you the ability just to take a load off. So hiking is that good. Hiking to me is that gig that gets me motivated to just keep going in life. And you just have to be in a situation that, to your point, and forever. Thank you so much for the encouragement and for your chat. And that's what you got to do. You got to remain positive in life, and also don't give up. If you let something as minor as losing a job or a relationship or something like that, if that's enough to get you off of your path, then it's going to be hard to get back on it. So always remain positive. Never give up. And you want to be able to just keep moving forward. And again, that's why I like hiking, because you may see different terrains, you may see different trails that you're on. You may have inclines, you may have declines. But the most important thing about those trails is keep moving forward. And you may have to take a break, you may have to sit next to a rock or catch your breath. But the main thing is, after you take your break, keep moving forward. Because the thing about life is this: you may not get to the finish line when someone else does, but just know. Thanks for subscribing and forever. Just know that getting to that finish line is the ultimate goal. Whether you have to walk, jog, run, crawl, you gotta get there. Because that's one thing that you gotta look at in life. In life, nothing's gonna be given to you. A lot of things that happen in life, you gotta work hard for it. You're gonna have some successes, and you're gonna have some failures. But live through those failures. Be someone that I apply lessons learned to everything that I've experienced in life, especially through those failures, because it gives you the ability to know, okay, I did this before, and here's what led to this failure, and here's what I need to do to avoid this from happening again. When you have that mindset in place, it will give you that ability to definitely know that, hey, I I don't want to make the same mistake that I made the first time. I want to do this differently, or I want to go in this direction. And definitely, it would definitely, it would definitely get you there, for sure. And you're right. Cutting corners gives you where you're going, but how do you get there real fast? Yeah, and that makes sense. In life, sometimes it's not good sometimes to go around something or cut the corners, because that true test may have been in the path that you were on. So you're definitely you're definitely right about that there. So it's good to just know that everyone has their own lane as it relates to life. Oftentimes, when it comes down to that, it's I would say it's always good to stay in your lane. You know, stay on the path that you're on, and just keep moving forward with it. Like I said, in life, things not gonna come freely at times. Sometimes you gotta definitely work hard for it. Sometimes you got to struggle. Sometimes you may have to fail. But just know that that failure is not the end. That the failure does not define who you are as a person. Because if everyone in life succeeded, then I don't even know what the world would be like right now. If everyone got everything they want in life, and forever, that's not a bad goal. I mean, I would just say anyone who has a dream, no matter what it is, work hard. Definitely put the time in, and I believe that you'll get rewarded with what you want in life. And it's never a bad idea to dream about something. And when you dream about something, it always gonna have you may have that ability to
Here's what I found.
you may have the ability to actually get what you're asking for. So, but it may take blood, sweat, and tears. But it with perseverance, you'll be able to get to that destination. So I would just say, just maintain the course. Um, so there's nothing wrong with writing down what your goals and dreams are as well. I've written down things that I wish to accomplish in life, and I got reminded about it like a couple months ago. My sister um, went through my went through some of my belongings at my mother's house, and she came across my list of things I want to accomplish in life. I think I wrote that down while I was in the military. Um, I want to say in 2000, maybe 2001 or 2002, and as I started accomplishing those tasks, I actually checked boxes, and my sister said that when she saw that list, she said that she shed a tear because she was like, "You actually wrote down a list 20 something years ago, and you only have a couple of items left on the list. Like everything you want to accomplish in life, you accomplished. And the only two things that's on my list that I haven't accomplished, that list was about 20 something, about 20 plus items on it, was just getting married and having kids and having a prosperous career and whatever career path I was in. So looking back at that 23 years later, having a list of items that I wrote down and was able to check all those boxes, is something that I feel good about, and I just think it's not a bad idea for anyone if you have a goal or a dream in life, just take some time and write it down. Write down all your ambitions that you want in life on a piece of paper or in a journal, and as you continue, mm, sorry about that. As you continue to move along in life, just start checking off those boxes. It gives you a sense of achievement. That hey, I wrote down what I want to accomplish, and I was able to accomplish it. It doesn't matter how you accomplish it. It's one thing that you got to do. And anything that you're dealing with in life, you just have to wear a smile, keep that mindset, positive mindset in mind, and just keep moving forward. Because if I had let what took place with me this year impact my life, I probably wouldn't be here right now. Because being a military vet with PTSD, I don't know. Your mind would tend to wander when negative things happen to you when you're doing everything the right way. It gives you that ability to think that, why am I here if I'm doing everything right and it hasn't net me anything. But I always remain prayerful and positive about it, because I've lost friends that I served with to suicide due to things like this possibly happened to them. Like whether it was trying to find a new job, or they just didn't have a good coping mechanism, or just a support system at home. Um, I lost at least 6 friends that I served with um, over the last 8 years due to suicide. So it's just a situation in which, if you're someone who may be dealing with mental health issues or anything else like that, it's always good to have a good support system in place. Whether it's, I would say this: family is going to always be there for you. But as it relates to coping or mental health, having one or two good friends that will tell you what it is, to me, is more beneficial than a family member. That's one of the biggest things I would tell anyone that may view this live now or later. Make sure the word friend is something that shouldn't be taken lightly. It's something that you need to actually look at as you're evaluating your circle. You can't really consider everyone that in your circle a friend. So be mindful of that as it relates to mental health, because a true friend would be there to listen to you. A true friend would be able to help you if you need it. Um, that's things that you have to look at when you're evaluating the term friend in a person. It's just things like that. So I just wanted to share my story because, like I said, I've been down and out this year. I've been saddened. I've been tired. I've been just not motivated to do things. But I know that bad things are not going to happen always. I know that I'm a good person. I know I'm a great worker. I know I'm a lawful person, haven't broken any laws, never been arrested, no records or anything like that. So I know that I'm going to get the job that I want with the federal government. I just have to be patient, keep applying, and just know that what took place this year in 2024, at the beginning of this year, is going to be a true testament of how this year ends this year. I'm going to have a true testimony of, it's not how it starts, but it's how it ends. So I'm very motivated of what the next chapter of my life is going to be, because when things happen like that in life, I think it's a test to your mental capacity. It's a test to you, test to a lot of elements in your life that you may not have evaluated. That you have to look at different things to see exactly, okay, is this gonna be enough to make me quit? Do I want to keep working hard? Do I want to keep moving forward? It may make you question who you are as a person. But just know that when things like that happen, it's not, some things is outside of your control. You just got to go with the punches. But just keep yourself motivated. And backhand B, thanks for your comments in the chat. I appreciate it there. And it's just, that's how I look at life as a whole. I want to share. Yeah, I've always liked cars and forever. Haven't really been into a lot of the other cars. I've been a Honda guy for most of my life, and then I went to Nissan cars. But I haven't been into big cars and everything. So, but I just think as in life, as it relates to people, that when you can share different things in life to other people, that may be the one thing they need to get through their situation. And it's just hearing a kind word, hearing stories. Um, it's definitely something to look at. As far as college goes, you can't go wrong with college. I When I left high school, I couldn't decide which path I wanted to go into, whether it was accounting or computer engineering, business management, or going to school on a track scholarship or a JRTC scholarship. I couldn't decide because I ran track in high school. I ran cross country. I was in JRTC. I had great grades throughout in math and in science. I couldn't decide, so I went in the military because and got the GI Bill because my GI Bill was 50,000. I figured I'd go in the military for 4 years, and then when I got out of the military, I'll go to school. So being that I served in the military during September 11th, I ended up getting a $30,000 kicker. So my GI Bill was ended up being 80,000. So when I got out the military, I went. Matter of fact, while I was in the military, I started taking some college courses. And then after I took some of my college courses and made sure that when you're in the military, some of your jobs also translate to college credit. So when I when I left the military, I got my military transcript, and I also had my college credits that I took while I was in service. So when I got out, I pretty much had the equivalent of an associate degree. I could literally just go straight in and do my major stuff. So I ended up going in and getting my associates in science at a tech school because I wanted to go into physical therapy. But within my first couple of years, the wait list was so long, so I wasn't able to get into physical therapy assistant program school. So I thought about respiratory therapy. There was a local school that wasn't too far from where I lived. I took some college credits there, and I was able to get into the respiratory therapy school. But then I thought about it. I was like, I don't really want to go into respiratory therapy. I wanted to get into physical therapy assistant school. So there was another school that was an hour away from where I lived, and I actually got into it. So I had to drive about an hour and a half to school every day and back, and I got into it. When I started the semester, it wasn't too bad. Got a chance to meet a lot of people, and then I realized that I didn't want to be a physical therapy assistant. I wanted to be a physical therapist. Uh, so I got out of that program and went to University of Phoenix and pursued my bachelor's of science degree. I got done with University of Phoenix in about 7 months. Usually, you only could take about 9 classes a year. I ended up taking 13 classes. I took 12 of the classes at within a within a 5 month span. University of Phoenix classes are usually 5 weeks long, so they had a hybrid class in which you can go on campus every Saturday for 5 weeks, or they had another class in which you can go once per week for 5 straight weeks. So I was doubling up on classes, so I was taking 2 classes at a time. Everyone has to start out on the hybrid. Well, I started out with the hybrid weekend courses first, and then after I got my feet wet with the two of those, I went to taking one class per week on campus. So I was able to, within the first 5 months, I was able to get 12 classes, not 12, so yeah, 12 classes done. I had to wait until January to start the last course because that course is only offered a couple times out of the year. So I got done with University of Phoenix and I applied for a lot of physical therapy schools and got a lot of denials, but I did get into one. It was Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut. Um, it was a top 10 school at the time, and but what happened was there was a hurricane that hit the area um, before the semester started. So we ended up starting the semester 2 months late, and it sucked because someone like me that's been removed from physics and anatomy and physiology, I knew that I was probably gonna have some struggles initially with that. So when we finally started the semester, I flunked. I flunked my first anatomy and physiology test, and I flunked one of the treatment classes. So we had to take three classes. It was anatomy and physiology, treatment, and examination. So I started working. I started working harder just to get back in path. But I think what hurt me in physical therapy school was when I failed that first exam. At the time, I had just moved to Connecticut, so my I shared an apartment with another student, and when I failed that first exam, I never got mentally back on target. I I cleared all the other courses towards the end. I mean, from there to the end of the day, I was scoring A's and B's on everything. But if I can go back in time, I probably would have made sure that I bought a bed. When I failed that first exam, I felt like there was some sense of doubt in my mind. At that time, I just had a blow up mattress, and I had bought a nice computer desk, but that was all I had in the apartment. But because I failed that first exam, mentally I just didn't feel as though like I was gonna be able to get through everything, and it always was in the back of my mind. So I continued to persevere. Again, I passed all my exams up until the end. Um, Up until the end of the semester, there was one more exam I had to take. I already had passed the examination course, and with anatomy and physiology, they did have something in place in which if you failed the first semester, you could actually take that class again during the summer. And as long as you pass with an 80 or higher, then you would be good. But the issue I had was in treatment. I didn't do as well on the treatment class. I mean, on the treatment, last treatment test, and I ended up flunking out. I was sad about it, by the decision. I was told that a lot of the staff were crying when they made that decision because it was like this person started at this level and everything was going up from there. They had all the grades improved, and they didn't want to make that decision, but to be fair, they had to make it. So after that, I pretty much moved back to South Carolina. I applied for a lot of local jobs, and I got a job in staffing at an Amazon facility. I was actually there for about a year and a half. Came up with a lot of great programs and SOPs and frameworks to the point that Amazon wanted to hire me from the staffing agency, but being that I had a non compete clause in my offer letter, I couldn't. So I got promoted twice within a year and a half, and then there was a traveling role that was part of the staffing agency in which you just deployed and launched sites throughout the year. So I accepted that role, did that for about 6 years. So I ended up being with the company almost 8 years. Had a blast. 95% travel to pay for my housing, rental cars, flights, food, everything. So that was pretty fun. Post military. But it's just a situation when you're in a coming from a military person going to the civilian sector. A lot of the roles that I've had didn't have the retirement options that I was looking for that a federal government agency would have. So I would say backhand B, business management would definitely be a good That would be a great major to have because you can do so much for business management. You can actually, let's say you go to school for something else and then you want to open your own business. Uh, if you get your undergrad in business management, you have a lot of courses that will help you with business proposals and different things like that. A lot of resources and value add would be in to getting your business management degree. So you cannot go wrong with that. You also can't go wrong with anything with computers. So if you're doing a an additional major with that, um, I wouldn't discourage that because having a computer based major with business management to me is a game changer in this economy. So the more you know in both capacities, the better. So I would encourage you to pursue a business management degree. Some people also do business administration. So it just depends on what you want to do long term. But I wouldn't be against you pursuing a business management degree. It's actually not a bad major, and I've definitely plan on maximizing that at some point in my life. So, yeah, the biggest issues I've had since the military, being a civilian, is just having a career that has that the retirement that I wish to have long term or pension. Being in staffing for 8 years, that wasn't part of it. And even when I was an area manager with Amazon for almost 3 years, you may have stock that you could get, but there never really was a retirement or a pension program in that either. So reason why I want to go back and get a federal government role is because I have 8 years of federal time with the U.S. Army. So I can possibly buy in or buy back that time with the federal government role, and that gives me 8 years of time to start, and I can just work another 12 years and be eligible for retirement and pension. So with benefits, something that in the civilian sector, but the jobs I've had, it hasn't been available. So that's my plan with that. Again, if you're new to my channel, I'm just going over just some life updates. I went over some channel updates as well. So my name is Barry. My channel is Traveling with Promise. On my channel, you'll see a lot of great content regarding hiking, sightseeing, 49er games, and etc. Chasing waterfalls as well. But also from time to time, I'll jump on live and do life updates. Try to give some encouraging words to people based on what's going on in my life. Being very intimate with my audience and just letting everyone know that I am a true person, a person that goes through things in life. And if I'm able to share with you things that's helped me out, to help me be a better person, I think it definitely could help you also get through your tough times. So just use me as an example in life. Just remain positive, don't give up, and don't let any obstacles or anything that you see deter you from getting to the goal that you wish to accomplish in life. I'm going to get to the goals that I want in life. I've accomplished many and most of the goals that I have. Um, I've been an introvert all my life back in B, so I would just say as it relates to, I know, I know now that society has changed a bit with social media and everything. So I know when I was coming through high school, Facebook had just came out, and you pretty much had to have a college email just to have it. So being in social media wasn't really in the forefront when I was going through school or even in the military initially. Um, I didn't have to deal with phones like that because even now, I may have some of the newest phones as they come out, but I've never really been a person who lived and died on the phone. But I would just say this as it relates to things you have in life, you got to have that mindset in place that you want to accomplish the goal that you have in front of you first before you rely on distractions. Because a phone, and social media, and all those are distractions. And in life, with you being in high school, you want to make sure that you start addressing those distractions now. That way, if you're able to get rid of the noise in the background in high school, you'll be able to maintain the course through college and after college. So, one thing I always tell people that I've met over the last few years is remember what you're doing it for. So, what that means is whether you want to graduate with honors or you have career ambitions that you want to do, make sure you're being laser focused on that goal that you have in life. Don't let any outside noise, distractions deter you from getting to your goal because when you let things like that consume you, it's gonna get you off the path you have in life. Meaning, if you're been that you're in school and say your grades are down because of your phone, I would just say, hey, just if you don't need your phone, just power down your phone or put your phone on do not disturb. That way, if someone tries to contact you, they can't contact you. Usually, with me, I keep my phone on do not disturb a lot, and you can keep your favorites will be the only people that can contact you. So, with me, my favorites or the star people are mom, sister, and a select few of my cousins. If they reach out to me, I know it's an issue that's going on. Or my mom, my sister reach out, it's an issue. So maybe look at putting your phone on do not disturb. You can also I have an Android in which I can pretty much have my phone set up to like the be in do not disturb as often as I wish to, but I can also have it as a sleep time. So with me, I have sleep time on my phone from 10 o'clock to about six, not six, 10 o'clock to when I was on Amazon, it was from 10 o'clock to about 5 p.m. So 10 o'clock. So what that means is no one can contact me. My phone would just go into a bedtime mode, and no one will be able to contact me during those hours. Mustafa, I'm doing great. I just was given a update, life update and channel update so far. So I hope you're doing fine. There. So I I'm currently in Colorado. I don't normally give I don't normally go back into backgrounds of personal stuff or where I'm from and all that. Maybe at some point I will, but that can't be that what I would look at. Maybe look at just putting your phone on do not disturb throughout the day, and then when you're maybe set your phone to a bedtime mode. I don't know if you have an Apple device, but with Android, you can set up bedtime mode, and whatever time you put in as a bedtime mode, it'll pretty much put your phone in do not disturb mode, and it'll pretty much give you the ability to not be distracted, and no one will be able to contact you. Oh, nice, Team Android, cool. Yeah, look at bedtime mode and put your phone maybe put your phone in bedtime mode from the time that you think you go to sleep at night to the time you think you wake up, and go from there. Um, Mustafa, I don't I don't send money to people on live, so this might be the wrong chat for you, maybe wrong live for you. But yeah, that's what I would look at. Back end B. Just look at putting your phone in bedtime mode from the time that you I don't know if you see the live, but the person's asking for ask for a job and ask for money to be sent to them on this live. But yeah, look at. I don't know. You probably know what time you go to sleep every night, so maybe just set that up for what time you think you go to sleep and what time you wake up. Gotta try that first, and if that works, then you'll be golden. But I'm hoping that your grades do improve. Just again, just remember who you're doing it for, and it's important that whatever you do now is going to impact the rest of your life. So if you can figure this out in high school, it's going to help you in college and after college. So I'm hoping that you're able to persevere through not dealing with your phone as often, and then just going forward from there. But again, everyone, I am doing fine. It's been 2 weeks since I've been on live, but I did want to give everyone at least an update that I've moved. My apartment is packed up. It's in storage. I'm still waiting on my final federal government offers to come in. I do have a couple more interviews scheduled for next week and the following week. So continue to pray for me. I will keep everyone else in mind when I do my prayers throughout each week. But if you don't take anything else from this live, I want you just to remain positive. I want you to don't give up and just know that the best is yet to come. And I'm going to keep moving forward in my life on this path and this next journey in my life. And I think you should too as well. Just use me as a good reference guide to how to get through things. Remember in life too, wear a smile. Wearing a smile and putting the best on the outside will let you know that you can get through something. And just know that whatever you're going through in life, it may be able to help out someone else on the back end. You just got to be motivated and just make sure you have a good support system, a good trust and coping mechanism, and you're going to get to your goal in life. Um, I haven't gone hiking in a few days, so I'm more than likely going to go hiking tomorrow back at the Hazy Trailhead at the Roosevelt Forest because I want to go back to those waterfalls that I saw a few weeks ago, and I'm probably just going to sit there for a few hours and just admiring those waterfalls. So that's gonna be my plan. I will more than likely, as I always, upload materials to YouTube daily. So I will be uploading those materials, and I got more content that I will be uploading throughout each day as well. Some of the content that I've been uploading hasn't got hits, so usually if it doesn't get hits within the first 24 to 48 hours, um, I'll re-upload it, um, and then when I re-upload it, it tends to take off. So that'd be my plan. But everyone, stay encouraged. The best is yet to come, and just know that things are going to get better in your life. Not only for me, but also for you. Stay blessed. Godspeed. Catch me on the next live. I'm hoping to have better news on the next one. All right. God bless you. Take care. See you on the next one.